welcome to the Panic Button. I am Nina.
I'm having anxiety. How are you today? I'm Jessie. What are we talking about?
Oh, okay. So I saw this video that Tim Pool was reacting to.
Jesus Christ, woman.
What?
Your desktop.
I know, it's ridiculous, right? Anyway.
Tim Pool.
It's a teacher or a speaker at a school. And just listen to what the adult in the room is saying and then what the students are saying, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ay. Ay. Arra. Viva.
There is a long correlation between anarchism and pedophilia and support for pedophilia. Wait. That's a beautiful.
How about something relevant?
I'm not sure.
Did you just hear them say that?
Yeah, why are they saying that? Because I feel like that's pretty relevant in a lot of days.
I don't know, but I'm like just hearing that, I'm very suspicious of that person.
Mm-hmm.
What are you talking about, Willis?
Line. Thank you so much for asking. How about something relevant? I've been talking about rape culture all day, and pedophilia and the support of pedophilia is not rape culture. Actually, it seems you're acting like this is a spurious connection. So we're going to play Jeopardy. We're going to play queer theory. We're going to play queer theory pedophilia Jeopardy. Okay, answer. Commonly called the godfather of queer theory. Who is Foucault? I got it. Okay, 100 points. Foucault. Another way to ask this is who argued, no, I guess the answer would be, argued for the eradication of age of consent laws as in down to infants.
Who is Foucault?
Did you know that?
No, I know that he was the guy that was like, wasn't he the guy that was like testing that stuff out? I didn't know he argued for it. I don't know anything like that, but
I didn't either.
It's fucked up, and I don't like this.
Sorry. Go ahead.
It's been something that's been prevalent throughout history. I mean, it's as old as time.
Yeah, but apparently that's not relevant to these students.
Anarchy, which is, what is the definition of anarchy? State of disorder due to absence of authority or other controlling systems. So disarray. There's always been a history of people in disarray, people who want more power taking advantage of those who are weaker and younger. Getting rid of consent laws is doing just that.
Author of the founding document of queer theory.
Who is Gail Rubin?
Who is Gail Rubin? What percentage? No, the answer is 50%. Question is?
The amount in that article that was a defense of pedophilia, specifically, quote, boy lovers, so men who fuck boys.
Oh. And since you're not believing me, quote, this is in the founding document of queer theory. Like communists and homosexuals in the 1950s, boy lovers are so stigmatized that it is difficult to find defenders of their civil liberties, let alone for their erotic orientation. That's in the founding document of queer theory.
Whoa. They want to teach this to kids?
Well, because everyone likes to, it's like the Bible. They pick what they want to hear. That's why this is just like a religion. Pick
the
what they want
founding
to hear.
document of queer theory? It sounds like a fucking religion, yeah.
Using facts. A thousand apologies. One must never let facts in the way. Oh, and she also compared, by the way, she compared pedophilia to a preference for spicy food. The thing is...
Whoa. A preference for spicy food. If I go to Chipotle and I order something spicy, the only victim in this situation is me.
Chipotle is not notoriously spicy. I just want to point that out real quick.
Well, it's spicy for me.
Your white is showing.
Did you know that you're white?
Okay, fine. I'm Italian.
I can't make you a taco without you complaining.
If I eat a ghost pepper,
you're dying.
The only person who is a victim is me. She's trying to compare a preference for food over violating a child? What in the fuck?
It's like taking the perspective of them being a human completely out of the narrative.
And making them into objects.
Yes.
Whoa.
Yes, because...
That's fucked.
because they don't consider at all that the boy in the
Is
situation
a person?
is a person and also
Holy
has
shit.
feelings.
Whoa.
And it seems like a lot of these people, I was listening to something, maybe we were watching it together, I don't remember, but they were sending young boys to be with pedophiles because they thought that it would be safer for them because they weren't loved before and now they're getting loved. Did I listen to that with you?
I don't think so.
Never heard of anyone who has to have years of therapy because they ate hot and sour soup. Okay, so up to 200. Now it is pedophilia and queer theory for 300. That would be author of Macho Sluts. Author of Macho Sluts and Public Sex. Pat Clothier. Wait. What was it somebody said? Stay relevant. Okay, let's talk about Pat Clothier.
Why don't you respond? Because we can't respond. Fucking transphobe. It's strong.
Okay, here's something from
What has he said at all about transgender? Anything.
You know what's sad? Is that transgenderism is related to pedophilia now. But how dare you talk about pedophilia? You're a transphobe. Whoa!
He never mentioned transitioning once.
Exactly. What does that say? That says that they are accepting and feeling bad for pedophiles because they think they're transgendered as well. So they're assuming that transgender people are also pedophiles. What does that say about the fucking state of mind of these people?
I'm confused on what she wants to argue about. This person's shouting from the fucking crowd because he said gender theory is based off these pedophilic principles, right? You're not disproving the pedophilia. You're just asking him to change topics, and you're asking him to stay relevant when he's been talking about this the whole time. He hasn't said anything. He said before this he was talking about rape culture.
I always hear this a lot, that people who don't have intelligent arguments go for personal attacks. You know someone is very unintelligent and has no argument when they go after you personally and attack you personally. And I also want to say that anyone who defends pedophiles is no better.
No, and calling him a transphobe is, he hasn't mentioned transitioning yet, but now you're putting these trans people in the same boat as pedophiles. So you yourself are comparing trans people to pedophiles and calling him a transphobe? How does that even connect? It's like somebody calling you fat and then being like, oh, your house is a mess too. It's like, what?
And the ridiculous mental inadequacy that this chick has to call him a transphobe, as if that's going to hurt his feelings. Intelligent people don't get their feelings hurt.
He's not upset by it.
They know who they are.
He threw her on
They
line
know
back.
what they believe. They're going to use intelligence to make you look ridiculous in return.
And he threw her on line back. He was like, what did you say earlier? Stay relevant?
Yeah.
Stay on topic.
one of Pat Clothier's books. You know, it's really interesting. It's really interesting that when I actually start talking about the relationship between queer theory and anarchism and pedophilia, that it becomes, they really want to shut me up now. Okay. So here's Pat Clothier.
Also, another ridiculous thing about the people who are yelling, who disagree with him, who don't want him to speak, the brain worms that they have inside their head makes them incapable of talking one at a time. Therefore, no one can hear anything that they're saying. They're wasting their time and their breath, talking over each other, and no point is being made because no one can hear.
Where's campus security?
That is like a dumb person thing to do.
Why are these people still in this room? It sounds like there's a group of them getting all riled up now.
They just want to hear themselves speak because no one else can hear them.
Get them out of the room. You're disrupting class for everyone else. Bye.
Bye.
Logically, why are you speaking when no one can hear you?
No one's bothering to, and if they tried, it'd just be because they can't hear one voice against the other.
Because they want to hear themselves talk.
They can't though.
You're a homophobe.
Pat Clothier. Oh, wait, just a second. I was accused of homophobia because I'm against pedophilia.
Yes. Right.
Who is it who actually makes the connections between that? Okay, here's something by Pat Clothier. Pat Clothier has written, any child old enough to decide whether or not she or he wants to eat spinach, play with trucks, or wear shoes is old enough to decide whether or not she wants to run around naked in the sun, masturbate, sit in someone's lap, or engage in sexual activity, by which she does not mean play doctor, she means with adults. She's very clear about that because she also says that pedophiles should be more and not less invested in children's lives. Okay, so we're at 300. 400 is the most famous queer theorist of today. Answer. No, it is not Judith Butler. It's who is Judith Butler? Okay, Judith Butler is the most famous queer theorist of the day.
We see you, all of you supporters here, who do not care about trans people's lives. Every person here.
Listen, if I have to choose between supporting trans people or
Consenting
being
to children like that.
against pedophilia, there's no question. I'm going to protect children from predators. That's where I'm going. The fact that these people would rather defend pedophiles and not children is incredibly fucking concerning.
This is disturbing on so many levels.
Their real question as these trans supporters should be, but where does that link? Why is that something that is a thing? Because if you're trans and normal, you're not okay with this. There's a ton of trans people who are not okay with fucking with kids. So where does this tie in to what we accept as a modern day idea of transgenders? Because if you're telling me that their theory right now is based on pedophilia, then we need to talk about things. But if you're telling me we need to figure out how to disconnect this, that's a better fucking situation. You're just screaming at him and saying, you should leave it alone, leave it alone. But no, you shouldn't leave it alone. You should leave the fucking kids alone. And the fact that 50% of these documents have been, 50% of certain documents have been about that, let alone the whole queer theory, they put me in the umbrella of queer. I have nothing to do with this. I am super against this. I would be sitting and listening to this man. I don't think he's against the homosexuals. I think he's just trying to make a fucking point. These people are insane.
What the wokies in the audience are saying is, let them fuck the kids, bigot.
If you're actually in support of the trans community, you're going to sit there and actually ask questions, not sit there and throw insults.
Okay. Here's a great quote from Judith Butler.
Oh, also, I would like to say, as a homosexual, as a lesbian, this man is not homophobic. He's only stating facts.
Well, no, he's not homophobic with what he's saying.
No, no.
He could be, but he's not showing it. He's against pedophiles.
As are we.
Clearly, and I
That does
support
not
that.
make us homophobic.
No.
Okay, so Judith Butler wrote, so I keep adding this qualification. When incest is when incest is a violation, suggesting I think there may be occasions in which it's not. Why would I talk that way? Well, I do think that there are probably forms of incest that are not necessarily traumatic, and which gain their traumatic character by virtue of the conscience of social stain that they produce. Yeah, that's Judith Butler. That's one of the queer heroes. Okay, now we have for 500 we have the last one in the queer theory and pedophilia. The answer is queer theorist who has spoken out strongly against pedophilia.
Zero. Who is no one.
Who is no one, not a single one, because the entire thing is based on transgressing. Yeah, I know, dear fucking God.
They need better campus security. You paid too much money to sit there and listen to this man actually say facts for this person to be sitting there and screaming the whole time. You paid too much money to have your entire education ruined by someone who doesn't want you to hear the facts.
Queer used to be a slur. If we were called a queer in the early 2000s and in the 90s or the 80s.
We fall under queer because queer is apparently this umbrella term, right?
I have refuted and resisted the word queer ever being associated with me since the fucking beginning.
That's not you putting yourself in that category. This is everyone else in the world putting you in this category.
Putting me in the category of queer because
if someone just
I'm
looks
a
at
lesbian.
you, I'm saying that queer has been accepted as this umbrella term, right?
Yeah, an umbrella term that also means you like fucking kids.
Which is disgusting, which is why I say, unfortunately, we fall under this umbrella based on other people's perception.
That needs to stop.
And that's why
needs to
we
stop.
speak out on here. That's why we say what we say, because when this all fucking is happening, we're over
Well, I'm
here.
going to be on the side of protecting kids.
We're
That's
over
where I'm gonna
here
be. Oh, that way.
entertaining the
Well, not
fact
the left. We'll be in the middle.
that people like us exist.
Yeah, people who have logical brains who don't follow the sheeple.
It's so sad to see all those people falling in.
Oh,
when,
my God.
When we know
Yeah.
better, people know better,
And
so
the
that's why I
ignorance
say,
of not even knowing that they are going, yes, master. They don't even see that they're doing that. They're
That's-
like, I have a mind of my own. It's like, yeah, that's what they made you believe.
That's why it's so shameful to fall under that category. We don't choose to, but because we are born gay, we don't believe in any of this, but
Nope.
we just like women.
That's it.
Because of that, the world will view us, see us as gay, and think that we fall under this queer umbrella. So queer theory is very confusing for that reason, because it's not my theory. It's not your theory. It's these weirdos' fucking theories. These fucked up people who want to do fucked up things to the people that you care about. Their theory, not these queer people's theories.
We are not queer. I am not queer. I am a lesbian. I am a woman. I have morals. I have a brain of my own. I don't follow anyone's bullshit.
This is where the problem comes in. Is that
I don't have a group of friends that I'm going, yeah, oh yeah, I agree with you. No.
language used to be something completely different. When you said LGBTQ, the Q meant queer questioning, and it wasn't supposed to be queer like, oh my god, everyone's so queer and fucking flamboyant and we love it. It's nothing like that. It was queers in the sense of like, well, they might be bi, they might be gay, they're figuring it out, or they're just androgynous, and that's where queer used to fall. Queer has now become this political identity, and it's disgusting. LGBTQ has become a political identity. It's not my political identity. I am gay, but I am not a part of the LGBTQ. I know that you're mad that we're underneath that umbrella, but you can't help the way other people perceive you.
I know, and the reason they perceive us the way that they do is because of these crazy activists who
Yes.
think that they're doing good by causing so much harm and mental anguish, lifelong mental instability for these fucking kids who are exposed to this sex shit when they don't fucking know what the hell is going on anyway.
Did you hear the last one? He was saying that incest is acceptable in some situations. It's more of a socialist situation where people are against it.
I bet they're gonna fucking say it's a social construct.
Yeah,
Pedophilia being bad is a social construct.
No, not even
We
that.
should
Incest.
accept it.
They were saying incest specifically was a social construct of it being bad. So you're telling me all the genetic deformities that came and all those fucking English,
all the kings and queens.
all the kings and queens of England and all that who just kept reproducing with their own family to keep it in the line. You're telling me all the deformities and all the blood diseases and all the issues that came of that is not, it's socially unaccepted. Those diseases aren't real. Socially, you shouldn't fuck your family.
We are two lesbians. Female, woman, lesbians. We have a mind
Vagina.
of our own. We think for ourselves. I don't give a flying fuck if the whole world was for pedophilia and they said that I was going to burn in hell because I was against it. I'm against it forever.
Talk about putting a fucking barrel in your throat at that point. The whole world's for it, and I'm fucking there. I'm outie. Like, I hope there's a God that takes me away at that point, because I'm not living in a world like that.
I'll live secluded in the ocean. I would rather be by
We could
myself.
go to the woods. It'd be a lot safer than an ocean.
It's like a mind virus. Anyway, we're not for this crazy shit. Like and subscribe.